have one little change up. The
oh,
dudes,
they're playing men's first.
The dudes
nice.
are going to go first. Here we go. Let's play pickleball. And the other big part of this is Fed staring down Pablo.
Yes.
And they just had the breakup. So
yes.
this week they're not playing
they're
PPA
not, This will be
anymore.
their first tournament where they don't play together. But I will say, I think they're such good friends that I feel like they've both handled it pretty well.
Yes,
I think it was one of those things where they knew it was time. Change it up a little bit.
Wow. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, so now the pals are having a discussion about the call.
It was close. It was close. It's you know, it's a good challenge, I would say. It might be a little early. I don't know if it's too early for a challenge.
You get 3 free challenges
For the
a
whole
full match as a team.
Got it. Okay.
Are you going to challenge me out?
So the big thing,
challenge.
if you're new here, is if there is the challenge, if it's overturned, a challenge is taken away from the ranchers for the call being wrong.
Okay.
So that stops people from just challenging every ball.
No, for sure. There definitely needs to be. You gotta choose your calls.
Got to
wisely.
rein in these pro players, huh, Jesse?
Well, you know, and here's the thing. You know, obviously there are players out there that do it as antics, but for most of us, we are calling it as we see it.
Of course.
And it's so hard because we're in the moment, we're playing. The angles are different for everyone. You know, in that moment, we think the ball is out. We call it out. So, you know, I like having the challenge system because, you know, hey, maybe it isn't. You never know.
Yeah, and you got to snap your head around sometimes when a ball's hit with
It's
pace.
happening so fast. It's happening so fast.
So do you play different in MLP versus a PPA event in any way?
Yeah, so it's funny, I was just talking about this earlier, and I've noticed that once I come out of an MLP event and I go play a PPA tournament, I actually play cleaner because I just make more balls, because that is what is needed of you for MLP. So I actually play my PPA points much cleaner and I make more balls. So I think it's actually good practice, honestly. I want to practice like it more often, where I'm playing rally scoring in practice, so that I'm just always forcing myself, hey, high percentage make balls.
All right, so the out call stands, so that will cost the Squeeze a challenge. They have 2 free ones left for the entire match, not just this game.
Oh, did not move all the way out. It could have been there, but Pablo didn't hit it quite hard enough.
Oh, dear. This would be crazy if they challenge this, because then if they're wrong again,
they lose another challenge. And then they're only down to 1 for the whole.
Unless we get to a dream breaker, but for the rest from the doubles, that'd be a mess.
Smart not to challenge.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my, okay.
Well, a little fire. You know, I think Federico's one of those players that might say ball don't lie.
Yeah, exactly.
Right after that happens.
Yes, for sure. What pattern works best here for the Ranchers?
I like moving the ball around. I think keeping them on the move, moving the ball around, I think really works for them. I think they have a higher chance of getting the balls they want if they do that.
Oh,
That-
pretty
yes.
from Alshon.
Yeah, I think when they move the ball around and the players are moving, I think that particular shot, Christian loves that forehand off the bounce little flick, speed up. And I think that middle shot will become more open if they keep it moving.
Side out. Point 5. 5-5. Point.
Not somebody that speeds up the backhand very often, Alshon, and catches the tape there.
No, I think sometimes, you know, especially when we get a little either impatient or excited, we want to pull, kind of get the point going, especially if you have good hands. I know there's a lot of guys out there that they're like, I have good hands, let me just pull and just get it going.
Oh, my
That's a
goodness.
great cover. That was a great cover.
Point 6.
Put himself in jail and found the key.
6-6. Side out. Point 7.
Fed is definitely chatty here today, Jesse.
Yeah, he's pumped.
7-6.
And I think, you know, I also think having a partner like Tyson
Yeah.
adds to that. Like, he's more fiery when you have a partner like Tyson who's also very electric and dynamic as a partner. So I think it adds, you know, it makes it easier for him to also, it's like it gives him permission to also
Yeah.
be energetic and fiery.
7-7.
I like that return down the middle. So Christian and Pablo both have really good drives. Both have really good forehand drives. And when the team returns down the middle, a couple things happen. One, it takes away the drive angles. Two, it forces, you know, the teams to communicate, which is what happened. They both had to communicate, hey, who's taking this forehand? And three, because of the communication, they both have to stay back longer.
Yes.
So it keeps them both in a defensive position a little bit longer. I like that return kind of down the middle. Oh, he had it though. It was there.
You can't teach 6'4" in athletic.
No, unfortunately, it's.
I know,
you
sitting
know,
over at 5'8".
sometimes it's not fair, especially with some of these big serves. I'm like, you know, I was watching Roscoe Bellamy play,
Oh, man. Murders the serve.
and he has the longest legs, and I'm like, his hip is already so high.
Yeah.
He just gets to serve it higher up from everybody else.
Oh, yeah. He definitely has that shot, but maybe not falling away.
Yeah, I would also say it almost seemed like a short hop.
Yeah.
Right? It's very hard to actually speed up off of a short hop because you're catching the ball at the lowest point. Now, that could have also just, you know, maybe the ball bounced differently than he was expecting. But in that moment, it wasn't quite the pull
9-10.
he was looking for.
Came right back with a nice volley there, and another tight match here to get us started. No, that's looked deep, real close.
It looked deep, but from what I understand, the bench is the side is allowed to help with calls if there's no play on the ball.
Yes, that's correct.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if the player has a play, they have to call it themselves.
Yes.
But if it's like a clean winner like that,
Yep.
then technically the bench, which is right on that sideline, could have helped them call it, and they didn't say anything. So at that point, we have to say it was a good shot.
Yep. Exactly.
And I think that's fair. I think, you know, if your teammates, as long as it's a clean winner and it's like behind you, because again, if you're both at the kitchen, it's very hard to call anything on the baseline.
For sure.
So the fact that with MLP, they're allowing the team to help with those calls, I think it's great.
Alshon has the last answer here.
That was some great defense from Orlando, though. Great defense.
11.
Tied up at 11. We'll switch ends at 13.
Shut out. 12.
That was a good shot from Federico. I think he noticed that Christian came over a little too far on Pablo's side to take that third, and then it left his backhand pretty vulnerable on the next shot.
Oh, the buddy showdown.
They know each other. It's one of those things, it's like when Ben and Colin have to play against each other and they just start doing these hands battles, and after about 5 or 6, you're like, are you guys just drilling right now? Like, what's going on?
Wow, and so Fed had a screen back after Pablo won the hands
All right,
exchange.
we are at the switch.
So the squeeze are up by the narrowest of margin. Dave Fleming, Jesse Irvin, we'll be right back. Jesse and I will happily vote on this graphic. Okay. I'm going to say no to that. That's just, they're not an MLP sponsor. Welcome back, everybody. Love having the smart players in here in the booth with me. Eric Roddy earlier, he's getting ready. He's going to play with Rachel Summers and Steve Deacon in the PPA. And now we got the brilliant wisdom of Jesse Irvin. I don't think that hit him.
No,
he got out of the way.
I think he was able to get out of the way of that. Yeah.
Wow.
13-13. Good move.
13.
Yeah. So I think that is what they're looking for. They're hoping if they can get the return to either one of them, Christian or Pablo, the other is going to crash hard and be aggressive.
Wow, running move from McGuffin there and gets it down. Saw half of Squeeze Nation come running out on the court there with the high fives. Wow. Oh dear.
They recovered. I don't know if Pablo was ready for that.
Yeah.
If he knew it was coming, I think he was on it. He just wasn't expecting Christian to pull it. Oh, what a matrix move from Pablo.
Man, a live
Nice.
fed. What are you doing, man? So Colombia beats Argentina again right there.
Yeah.
Oh, the dreaded HTP, and that was not even close.
Yeah, it seemed more like a bailout than an actual full effort of an
16,
ATP.
15. Right out. Point 16.
Tied again, so
This is a very, very close, even match. I think it's going to go all the way down to the end.
16, 16.
that's what we love here.
Yeah.
Point.
Little skitter perhaps there, Jesse.
It was a good dink. Yeah, I've noticed it a couple times. I think it's happened to Christian a few times now, where the ball kind of oh, Christian's not even ready. He's still toweling off, and Federer goes like, "You called it."
I mean, the minute the score is called, ace, clean
Yeah.
ace, Jesse.
It was a clean ace.
17,
Oh.
16.
No, but what I was saying earlier with Christian was that when I notice the ball starts kind of skidding or not bouncing up as high, I have to remind myself to stay lower because it will naturally just kind of be low. Easier when you're not 6'2".
Yes.
Oh, good hands from Pablo.
I'm already low, so I'm already there.
You're already down there.
18, 17.
Wow, a little flick from McGuffin.
I think it was a really good pull because Pablo had run around the previous dink, hit a
Yeah.
forehand, so he was shuffling
18,
back and on the
18.
move to react to that counter. So he was a little off balance. Oh, a little shimmy from Tyson.
And another run around, which Alshon does a lot over there, but left some court.
19, 18. Point.
I think that grazed Christian.
I think so, because I
Yeah.
don't know if it landed in, so it must have grazed
Yeah.
his shirt.
Because he was calling timeout after that, and
Right.
it wasn't in a happy place when he
No.
did it. So nice flick. So,
Orlando has pulled ahead 2018.
so
If you're going to pull ahead, this is the
this
time to
is
do
the
it.
time.
This is the time.
So with no freeze, Jesse, it gets to in the 20s or this range. Do you play differently? Do you tell your partner to do anything different? What's on a player's mind here?
I think you have to think, even on both sides, high percentage.
Yeah.
You got to, this is where strategy really comes into play, and you got to be disciplined. And if you have a strategy in place, really follow through with it. Don't go too far off the plan. High percentage, play smart pickleball. Because every point now really matters
Yeah, because
on both sides.
we did see the comeback of the weekend in the last
Yes.
event where they were down 7 were DC at the start. 7-zip and ended up winning a mixed doubles match. But yeah, and the discipline to whatever the game plan is. If we're putting the ball on the ground, if we're targeting a certain player, you
Right.
have to be locked in on that. So
Time in.
timeout,
20,
back
18.
in. Ranchers down 2. Wow.
I think he got away with that.
Yes.
I don't know if, you know, I felt like Christian was on it. He maybe hit too much of the ball, but he was ready for it. But hey, it's a point.
At a big moment.
Right out.
So can they do something on serve? This is where the receiving team has such a big advantage.
Where do they return? Because I would say if they return middle, it's going to be a good spot for them as the receiving team.
And smart middle return, says Jesse. They don't get near the kitchen.
Right.
3 points from taking that all-important first match.
22-19.
What a battle to get to the kitchen.
Oh, what a point. That's a really good point at 22-19 to get to 22-20. They needed that point. That was a good point.
They were in control, and then suddenly they weren't, but great counter from Pablo.
20-22.
Wow.
Nice point.
What a slide from McGuffin.
That was a really good slide. I have to say, I've noticed a few times now in these points, McGuffin does a really good job when he plays the right side, having a very unattackable backhand dink, which is very hard to do from the right side when someone dinks to your left foot. And McGuffin probably has one of the best of them. Oh, it stayed in. Good shot.
Had to have it, or they would have been staring at 4 game points against. Wow, this is special. 21-23.
This is good. That's a very good drive. That ball started dipping. That was a drive.
Can they tie it up here?
22-23.
They most definitely can.
Nice. That's the other thing I've noticed while I've been watching these matches. When it gets close to this 22, 23, you start seeing a lot more third shot drives. Because at the end of the day, it's such a high pressure situation that you just want to make the ball. And as long as it stays low, you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
But if you try to drop, if you don't have full confidence in your drop and that drop ends up too high and it's soft, these players are so good that they can just put that ball away, that having a low drive is great.
And Tyson's resets are ridiculous, Sam. We agree. And we love this new feature that we've got coming your way with tag board. What else we got? Squeezer making me very sad right now. Oh, no. Sam, just a second ago, you were loving Tyson's resets. Right? It's okay. It's tied. You're going to be fine. Yeah. Squeeze Nation's feeling it. And that's the thing, I think, Jesse, with
15 seconds.
We're here. We're set now. Fans, the teams, the communities can all get connected, and it can become.
They can have a following.
Yes.
Time
So here we go, 23 apiece. Will he kill the serve? Kind of a mid-pace.
Oh, good point.
The ball never hit the ground after the serve.
Nope, drive and swing.
Yes.
They were driving and swinging.
Game point Ranchers.
24-23.
Oh, no
What
way,
a
Fab.
volley. What a volley. That is so good. There's nothing more. You can't say anything but good shot on that. That was a good shot.
Finds the short angle at his body. Man, it's going to take at least 26.
Yeah.
24, 24.
Wow, big swing from Fed there. Ranchers get a second game point.
That's the one thing that the pros are so good at, is leaving out balls and letting them go.
24.
And
They
that'll
pulled
do
it
it.
off.
What a rally for the Ranchers. They take game one, 26-24. Back and forth we went, but ultimately...
Are they having words?
It is the Ranchers. Oh, and Fed and Pablo were engaged in something right there. They may see each other later in mix. We'll see what the matchups are. So it's going to be up to the Squeeze and their ladies to tie this up. We'll have the women on center right after this. How bad do these players want this? Really bad, especially if your buddy, who you're not playing with anymore, is on the other side. And as we were going to break, we saw Staxrud look at him on over where it says Vulcan on the right side, not happy, and then takes a big crack with the moneymaker, the right hand. Ow.
Yeah, you know, it's tough. You got a lot of adrenaline going. You're competitive. You want to win. You want not just for yourself. You know, that's the special thing about MLP. It's for the team. So, you know, I feel for him. You know, I never get physically upset with myself, but I definitely have some thoughts going on usually when I'm not doing what I want to do. So.
Yeah, that. You got to protect that right hand.
That is true. I would have done it with my left hand.
Yeah, like, at least then you can, if you have to, you can hit one-handed backhand. So,
right.
All right, when you go out there, let's say this is you going out there. Let's say you're down 1-0. Do you change anything because the men lost?
No. I go out there and, you know, come up with a game plan, and we just go out and play our best, and we got to win this.
There you go. We got to win this. Yeah.
We got to win this.
If you start panicking and changing things before you've hit a ball, that's crazy.
Right. There, like in my last MLP season, we played matches where we went down 0-2, And we came back and won both mix and then played it out in the Dream Breaker. It's never over.
So here we go. The ladies are on the court. We'll set up the players. That's Paris Todd to Etta Wright, and nice roll. Vivian David will be smiling her way to the right of Paris Todd, and then Tina Pisnick in front of Paris Todd as Etta Wright returns.
That was a nice third shot drive, and Vivian closing hard on that fifth shot.
That's how intense Paris didn't even know the paddle tap was coming.
That's just like me. You forget. You get so locked in the moment. Etta did a very good job of getting that ball down.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even have to hit it hard. You know, if you can just get your counter down to their feet, the only option they have is to hit up on the next one.
1-2.
Just couldn't get the paddle to the right place off the tape. That tape just makes us all look silly sometimes.
It does. It does. There was a little bit of miscommunication with Pisnick and Wright, but they were able to recover nicely from that.
Yeah, got to over. We've seen a lot of under communicating, and these teams will get it figured out, but it's not perfect here in the first event, that's for sure. Oh, that's a ball Viv usually demolishes.
She was actually early.
Yeah.
She saw it coming. She was just too early. That was a nice finish.
Just effortless power from Etta.
Very. She makes it look easy, but it's a very heavy ball that comes off of her paddle.
Oh.
And I've played against Etta Wright, and I try to describe it to people because there's people that can hit the ball hard, and then there's people that hit it heavy. And a hard ball, I feel like I can get back. A heavy one, for whatever reason, just it comes off the paddle different, and it's just so much harder to return.
Pisnick all over that, saw the speed up coming.
Yeah, she was already shifting. She was already ready for it.
And after a tough start, that is a beautiful comeback for the Ranchers and has been the theme of the first two matches for them here.
6-3. Point.
Sometimes.
That was a good serve.
Wow.
As I like to say, that was a good spin.
Yeah,
There's not much you can do on that. I was just, it's a good serve.
Yeah, great serve, Tina. Jesse would like that later this week. Wow, pretty. And they are on a rampage, and you don't usually see early timeouts, but we might here.
Nice. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Todd take that speed up straight ahead, especially with Pisnick being a little bit further back, whereas Wright was already close enough to the kitchen and she has very good hands, and taking it cross court just allows her to have more time, where now Wright's counter will most likely go line, which means Vivian David has less time to react to it.
Well, Ken in Brooklyn, call me, brother, because Jessie is a friend, and we love having her in the booth. And
I love being here. Thank you.
So,
this is such a great. I'm having such a great time.
So we'll keep it going. The only thing I ask there is spell her name right.
Oh
so,
yeah,
yes,
you know it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's close, but yes, the name is Jessie.
Yes.
Has an I.
There we go.
But yes, as I was saying, those cross-court speed-ups, they work sometimes, but with players that have good hands, what ends up happening is when you speed up cross-court, you're giving your opponent more time and your partner less time to react. So I would have liked Todd to have sped up straight ahead.
So let's see if they've got an answer out of the timeout. The answer is no.
Yeah, that was another one.
9-3.
That was a much better point for Todd and David. I like that point. I think Pisnik and Wright's hands are so fast and they're on right now that I think you do need to slow it down and you know, pick a better ball to attack.
Grind it till you get a good one.
That was kind of what I was talking about earlier. I think if Todd wants to speed up, she should go straight ahead, because I think it's going to be a better situation for their team. As good as David's hands are, I would prefer, if I'm going to speed up, I know I want to speed up, I should do it straight ahead so that my opponent has less time to react.
It's all geometry, folks. Kick
Nice
save
little
and a
hands
beauty,
battle there,
yeah.
but
Point 10.
Yeah, and this is where Paris Todd's going to be the fiery person on this, so
Yes.
they need some energy from her to get this going. Just no.
yeah, I think you know, Etta is ready for those. Again, I think if they start slowing it down, it might help Paris and Vivian a little bit more. And Vivian is such a good dinker
Yeah.
that I trust her dinks. She's going to make them. So I think slowing it down isn't the wrong play for them right now.
All right.
Point 6.
You hate to miss a third when you know it's not going perfect on the other side. Make them keep playing. So we'll see if
Exactly.
they can take advantage. Hit that one.
That was a good point. Again, I think, you know, right now for Todd and David, really slowing down these points is going to favor them a little bit more than trying to speed up too quickly.
Yes, please. Oh, no.
She went for the same one. It's a tough one to get because that angle just doesn't exist unless you're actually trying to jam them in the body. But if you go too far over, that the court just isn't wide enough.
Yeah, that 20 runs out of real estate
Yeah.
quickly. Uh-oh.
Shutout, point 12.
So both sides sort of messed up their own rally there. This is a big individual just mentality here. If the Rangers win this rally, we'll switch sides up 5.
Yes.
Pisnik ready with the counter, and they
That
will
was a very nice
indeed
counter.
switch sides with the Ranchers up 5 here and the men's match in their pocket. So
Yes.
a great start here for them. So we'll find out if Jessie's mentality changes when she's done after this break. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is Major League Pickleball. Here we go.
Easy drive.
Welcome back, everybody. We're always looking for new things to bring to the broadcast, and we've got a way to interact with you on social media. And my goodness, Fed and Pablo having some words after their match. We're enemies now. That comes from the Dink. So bring them, folks. We want everything. We want your thoughts on this. And yeah, and then he took it out on the video board too. So yeah. It's up to
the women right now.
Yes, it's time for Viv and Paris to step up.
I like that. Oh. I like that combo. I think especially if they pick their moments and they are patient, I think speeding up in front is a better spot than trying to go cross court.
Viv. That's just pretty all around there.
Yes. She was trying to avoid the kitchen there, so it was tough, but she had a great reset right before.
Oh, sick.
14-9.
All right, let's see if Orlando Squeeze can get one on their serve.
Yeah, it's been a
to
struggle.
Close the gap, yes.
10-14.
She's there. This is insane.
What a point.
Pisnick.
What a point.
How in the world did she get that over, Jesse?
You know, I think she prayed really hard. And she did a little shimmy dance, it looked like.
Unbelievable, because there's just no room to get that up and over, and she did after some awesome hands in the middle of that.
That was a great point. In that point, it looked like they were playing all on one half of the court.
I like when we have skinny doubles.
Yes.
15-10.
Two paddles are better than one.
Totally. I'm not even
I'd
sure.
rather have both paddles there than no paddles there.
Yeah, both of you turning around and wondering whose ball it is never a pretty sight, and the lead is now 6.
Point 11.
All right, let's see if Orlando can get a point on their serve.
I feel like you just said that.
I did. Oh, they're switching sides. I like it.
Yeah,
changing it up.
Oh, man. So just to clean up the rules, Paris has to serve and return from the same side, but you can stack or do
stack,
whatever
yes.
you want after that.
17-11.
And when Etta is in monster mode, and she has been in it here, it's
Yeah.
even more of a problem.
Exactly. This is kind of strategically where I would almost try to keep the ball away from her a little bit more, just to see if I can get her out of rhythm, because she is so on right now.
Set out. Point 12.
Say it again, Jesse.
You know, sometimes we ice out players, and you know,
No,
we think
18.
it's not fair, but it's
Yeah,
part of strategy.
Absolutely.
All right, they've got a couple points. Let's see if they can build some momentum.
18.
Get one right here. It's a heavy forehand.
Golly. And,
Heavy
you know,
ball.
some of the players, it looks like they're swinging hard. She doesn't.
No,
and it's
and
just
she's
a,
not.
And,
And
it's
she's
a
not swinging
missile.
hard. It is, and it's a rocket.
13.
It's easy power. Nice ball.
And splits the uprights after Etta finds the angle. And they look like a well-oiled machine, do right in Pisnik.
Yeah, they're playing solid women's doubles right now.
20-13.
Get that the heck on out of here, Tina, says Paris.
She was sitting on that, waiting for it.
So we saw one moment of stacking that lasted exactly one
point.
moment. Yeah.
14-20. Set out. Point 21.
I know people want to be helpful by sticking their paddle out, but your partner behind you's all over that.
Yes, and I think when you've played with someone
Yes.
enough times, then you get more comfortable in leaving those.
21-14.
But the beauty of MLP, a lot of these partnerships are new, and
Yep.
it's going to take some time for them to kind of have that awareness.
Wow.
I will say, though, I
15.
do like that Paris Todd, again, she's changing her speed up and going more straight
Yeah.
ahead instead of cross, and I think
Yep.
that is better for them long term.
15-21.
Because both Tina and Etta have great counters and blocks. Again, yeah. She spat up straight ahead, and it gives her team just a better chance of being ahead in the point.
15-21.
Yeah, because if it deflects over to Viv, it's over.
Set out. Point
Paris just
22.
was committed to a forehand there.
Yes, yes.
3 points away from a 2-0 lead for the
22,
Ranchers.
16.
Oh, no way, Tina. Oh, no.
Oh, nice.
Set out.
That is like, I cannot believe I popped up that ball.
That was great hands from Tina. I think she closed her eyes on that one, maybe. I do that all the time. I just close my eyes and pray.
Like, there's an
Please.
engaged paddle over here somewhere.
But hey, you know, it's like if you put your paddle in the right spot,
Yes.
good things happen.
Make them hit another ball.
Exactly.
Uh-oh, okay.
Point.
All right, we're at 18-22.
18-22.
Just
Great point all around.
so much good pressure there. 2 points away.
I like that Tina Pisnik didn't try to overdo
Yeah.
it. And I think that happens a lot when players get balls back. We think we have to do even more on the next one and then more on the next one. And it's like, no, you just keep hitting high quality shots and good things will happen.
Oh, no.
She got what she wanted.
Oh, indeed, did she ever. And we are at game point. A really solid and professional effort from Wright and Pisnik is 1 point from the finish line. And they get a gift on the way out, and that'll do
that
it.
is game.
Man, so Ranchers rally in the men's and now take the women's in a very anticlimactic fashion after a really good match. So, yo, Squeeze Nation, you better win some mixed matches. They're down 2-0. We'll have the first one of those right after this. Thanks for being with us on Mother's Day. Here, let's get this for the Seattle website and
Nice.
everything else, too. Perfect. Is that court now? He's such a... Oh. What is it? What is that?
Oh, that's a muscle scraper.
Oh,
Like you scrape.
interesting.
I use it on my muscle all the time.
Are you supposed to do it before or after?
After.
Okay.
That is why you bring Jesse to the booth
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
a muscle scraper. That's a nice one too. That's like good, like that's a solid
steel.
stainless steel. That's a good one.
That's a good quality right
Good
there.
quality right there. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Thrilled to have you with us. And the Squeeze are in a big hole here. Dave Fleming along with one of the stars of our sport, Jesse Irvin. And Jesse, all right, now things are, they're not dire, but it's trouble. You lost gender doubles. Many teams have come back and won mixed and a dream
I
breaker.
have been in a couple of those myself, so I do know that feeling. And, you know, part of you is like, oh, you're in a tough spot. But the other part of you is like, we got to get it to a dream breaker. You know, we can play some singles points. We got to get there. So it's not over yet, but this is, they've got to, you know, shape up right now and give it all they've got.
So the Squeeze they won the toss, so they will get to react. So here we go with another, and we agree. It's a reset
Yes.
clinic every time we watch Tina Pisnik play. you're going to be the beneficiary of that later this week,
I will
Jesse.
be. I'm looking forward to it, yes.
These two are going to be a handful in the women's doubles and
So
major.
it looks like we have Christian Alshon and Tina Pisnik against Federico Statschud, and is he playing?
Looks like
Paris Todd,
yep.
yes.
And again, this was the interesting that
We will
Orlando,
not see
I know, Orlando
Federico
got to choose.
Pablo.
And they're like, the dude is punching the video board when he's playing him. Let's settle Fed down a little bit here.
Yes.
So, Fed and Paris must win, or all three standings points will go the other way. And at the end of the year, you know it's going to be close. That top 6 make the playoffs.
Exactly, yes.
Time in.
All right,
0-0.
Tina Pisnik will get it started. Let's play pickleball.
Well, Federico's come out hot. He was just all over the court just now. That was fantastic.
I mean, I'm not going to encourage him to punch the video boards, but good start.
Oh,
Timeout. Point 1.
Boy, that serve was close. Just a little deep.
1-1.
Too easy.
yeah. That was a good move from Christian.
2-1. Point.
So, Jesse, there's so much pressure when you have one of these big, active, athletic guys. How do you stop it?
For me personally, I usually will dink to the girl a few times to get him to come over and then go behind him.
Gotcha.
I don't want to go behind him too early because
Yeah.
he hasn't quite moved enough.
Overcommitted, yep, gotcha.
Easier said than done.
Yeah.
Timeout.
Because, yes, these big, tall guys, they have a long reach, and any slightly high or bad dink, they will come over and punish it.
2-3.
But the good thing for me, I think, in mix is that because these guys are so dynamic,
Timeout.
I don't have to.
4.
I can hold sort of my half of the court a little bit better. I don't have to play 50%.
Yeah.
So then I can focus on hitting higher quality dinks.
4-2. Point.
Those are really good shots
Man.
from Christian. They're staying so low.
And right at the body.
5-2.
So what I've noticed from Squeeze is that they are returning to Christian, which I think is the right play
Yeah, I was gonna
because
ask
he
you
is
about that.
so quick at getting to the kitchen, and Tina has such good thirds that he will get there. So keeping him back a little bit longer by forcing him to hit the return, I think, is a great move on Squeeze's part.
6.
That's always a pick your poison. Oh, and Fed is... So I think I just heard Fed say the brightness of the video board. I'm surmising this, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say that he's saying, and I believe he literally just said, I cannot see the ball in the brightness of the P in the MLP
Yes, and I do
logo.
understand that because during the day, the screen doesn't look as bright
Yeah.
because of this. But as we get into, later in the day and, the sun goes down and it's dark, that screen does look a lot brighter. So that would make sense for them to try to see if they can turn down.
So that is the request. I don't know what the brightness settings options are,
Right.
but
Yes.
the request has been made. And obviously that's out of our shot, but Fed seems
Yes.
satisfied with the solution here.
Football. Right foot.
Vicky Ryan all over the big
Shutout. Point
shoes
4.
of Christian Alshon
The refs
there.
do such a good job. Yeah,
Oh,
he slid
slid.
right into it. The refs are so good at
So
calling
good.
that because they have to focus on so many things.
And a couple of freebies right in a row here. That's just what the Squeeze needed. This is backs against the wall,
Yeah.
have to have it. Oh, no. Oh, now Fed's having a little fun.
He's like, the score is wrong.
Yes.
I don't want to serve until the score is correct.
Man, Fed is worked up about he punched the boards earlier.
Maybe it helps him play better.
Yeah. He's punching them. Now he's trying to get the score right. It's too bright.
That is a good lead, good call from Fed to Paris to leave that.
And we're tied at 6 after a good start for the Ranchers.
6-6.
That is such a great point. I love seeing that in mix. I just love seeing the point build where you have the women cross-court dinking and everyone's kind of playing chess out there waiting to pick their, their moment.
And it was Paris that had a beautiful ATP.
Good point.
7-7.
Oh, no. What was that about? 2 paddles is better than none.
Yeah. I think it's funny. I strategically will make that play in mixed also. It's very subtle, but after this point, I'll explain it.
Wow.
So in mix, especially when the guy's on the left returning and he's at the baseline and the girl's at the kitchen, depending on the players and individuals, a lot of guys will tell the girl, hey, leave that. That's my forehand volley, even though they're further away from the kitchen. Oh, that's a nice angle. And I've played with guys that are both ways, where they'll say, no, you should take that. You're already at the kitchen. Just take a backhand volley. And I've played with guys like Ben Johns that was like, no, that's my forehand. Even though I'm not there, I'll be there. So with new teams, I do like driving that ball down the middle when the girl's at the kitchen and the guy's at the baseline, just to test if they
figured this out
yet. If they know whose ball that is. So I think that was a very smart play. Whether that was on purpose or not, it's a very smart play, and it's something I consciously will do.
So it keeps going 1 point at a time here. 10-9. Again, Ranchers win this. They win the match without even requiring the 4th game, although we will play it.
That was a good read from Christian because she had just pulled that ball down the line a few points ago. So good adjustment on his part.
Oh, tries the tricky inside out.
It was there. He just got too much off of the ball. But it was a good try. It was a good pull because Christian was leaning forehand middle. Wow.
Dude is everywhere.
Those are some long arms. He took a ball from the right sideline and then also still took a ball from the other side of the middle line.
So, Jesse, 13-10. Now we do need to look at the big picture here. down 2 games, and you got to figure out how to pull this out. Paris and Fed, any little adjustment you would say if you were standing there as coach of this squeeze right here?
I would like to see a little bit more cross-court dinking from Paris Top.
Okay.
Get Tina to dink a little bit more, kind of run that play and see what happens if they do that. I've only seen maybe 1 or 2 where they've actually gotten into like a 5-6 dink rally. And I think Orlando Squeeze is allowing Christian to get involved in the point too early. And he's already a dynamic player, and if he's seeing the ball very early, he's on it and he does something good. Where if you can ice him out a little bit and see if he can get cold, he might make more mistakes. That would strategically be what I would tell him right now is like, hey, you know, let's see if we can get him a little cold because he's hot right now.
Okay, can we cool off Alshon?
I liked it. I liked it, though. It got there. She had it a little bit, and then she started kind of pulling down his line. But I did like the cross-court rally.
Yes.
At least the point lasted longer.
Yes. Man, they keep testing him, and he keeps finding answers.
Yeah, yeah. I would have liked to have Fed take that at Tina and see what she would have done with it instead of Christian. Because while they both have good counters, Christian's counters are definitely very heavy. Oh, there's a verbal warning.
An unsportsmanlike conduct warning at Fed, so he is running hot in a bad way. Alshon is hot in a good way.
Yes. Good lead from Paris.
Spread out, point 11. $11-15. Spread out, point 16. 16-11.
Come on, get it back right here, Orlando. Let's go.
Spread out, point 12.
Survived.
Yes, yes, she did.
12-16.
I mean, the dude is like, something's got to change or Alshon's going to be the man.
The only thing I could recommend is nice. That was a good shot. Is if when he's creeping over like that, is if they drive to his backhand, just to keep him a little bit more honest. Because when you drop, it gives him time to move all the way over to take that ball with his forehand. So that would be the only other thing I could. Because that's the pressure that he has.
I mean, look at that.
If you try to keep it away from his forehand and get it to Tina, it is very tough to hit that perfectly, especially in a high pressure situation. So, you know, maybe a drive to his backhand where he has to just block a volley. You know, I like the third shot drive, fifth shot drop combo.
Got it.
We have a challenge.
So we do have a challenge, says Vicky.
Scores 18-18. 18-13.
I was about to say, she said 18.
I
was like, did we miss something?
Yeah.
Is it 18-18?
Yeah, the squeeze had they shot a 5-pointer there, so we're tied at 18. No, and again, you only get 1 timeout per individual game, but you get 3 free challenges. So
Right.
the use of this strategically is going to be interesting for the players,
That
coaches,
is good to know.
and GMs.
That is good to know.
Yeah, so just
1 timeout, but I have 3 challenges.
over the course of all 4 matches, though.
Okay.
So you just, again, the use of those is going to be very important, especially, you know, let's say it's 97 degrees in D.C. It's possible. Where do I need a timeout for just
I do remember in the
hydration?
last season when I was playing on the Chicago Slice, Ben was playing one of his matches, and he didn't realize at the time that it was 3 challenges over the course of the whole match,
Okay.
and he thought it was 3 per game, and he used like all 3 just for fun. And then they told us after the game was done, you don't have any more challenges. He's like, oh, my bad, guys. I didn't realize that.
So we'll be darn sure that the dude knows in D.C. where the count is for sure.
Right.
So desperate times for the squeeze if this indeed is wide and it was close. Vicki Ryan, what's the verdict?
After video review, the call stands, the ball was out. Orlando, you lose one free challenge. You have one remaining. Texas, you still have 3 free challenges remaining. We'll resume play at 18-13, Texas service.
So there you go. They have 1 free challenge left, but more importantly, they have very little runway left in this match. And Fed and Paris very slow to retake the court here. How can your bench help you get going?
So I think for every individual player, it's different. You know, there's players out there that need the energy.
Yeah.
They need the fire. There's players that need strategy. Like, hey, you know, I'm one of those where it's just like, just tell me what to do. Like, I'd rather just have a game plan and just do that instead of not knowing and trying to figure out in the moment. So if I go over to my bench, I'm like, hey, what should I do? Just tell me. So I don't have to think about it, and I'll just do that. Whether it works or not, at least I have something to, like,
You got
follow.
a goal and a focus.
Right. So I think, you know. But you got to find what works for you and what makes you succeed and play your best. That's for sure.
Yeah, and the good coaches and GMs need to understand each
Exactly.
player is different. Wow, that might make it. It does. Paris. Boy, wouldn't this be something? Nope.
Right out, point 19.
Nice.
19-14.
I like that return. Return to Christian, keep him back a little bit longer so he can't be as threatening at the kitchen line.
15-19.
Cannot get the ball to bounce in front of the big fella. 5 points from a 3-0 insurmountable lead. Oh my.
That's a good shot. It was a good hold also. He took his time. He wasn't rushed.
I mean, the torque of her two-handed backhand is unreal.
She also did a very good job of having awareness that Federico went for the Ernie, and he was off the court, and she slid over to cover middle.
Okay, get a freebie. Alshon, strategic towel. Can't make the fifth.
22, 17.
What a scamper.
It is. It's a good play if they're not fast.
Yeah, it got it shallow enough where the ball had to be hit up on too. So nice job by Fed there, but they got to do something with the ball right now.
Side out. Point 23. Blue card for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Uh-oh. Unsportsmanlike conduct warning.
Move on. Let's go. Move on.
23-18. I'll recall. 23-18.
Have to have this or it's lights out. All right, they get a little help.
Court, yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Exactly.
Nineteen, 23.
Wow, great hands, good lead. That was a really good point. All right.
Okay.
They've gotten a couple. If they can get one more here, it could get a little interesting.
Timeout, Ranchers.
And they call a timeout.
1 minute.
So what's your opinion on that? Because you've got a lead. Do you like the timeout?
You know, I need to get better at using them.
Okay.
Again, I kind of get so locked in the moment that I forget that I have timeouts
Okay.
and I forget to use them. I think at 23-20, I don't think it's a bad timeout. I think, you know, they have a little bit of a cushion for the Ranchers.
Yep.
So, you know, they're thinking, hey, they've won 2 points. They now have 20. Let's just, you know, slow them down a little bit, make them think
Yeah.
on this next point. I like it. I think it's a good timeout.
And
You
the
know?
things you can talk about here, where do we want to hit the return?
Right,
There's-
exactly.
What do you want to hear from your, this
Yeah,
is,
so I mean, for me, as for the Ranchers, I'm probably, because Tina's going to return this, I'll probably, you know, yes, hey, hit the return here. This is what we're going to do on this point. You know, let's get the serve back.
20-23.
so let's see if whatever they hatched is executed well here. Wow. Oh my goodness.
That was a really good point from Paris Todd, though. I liked her construction of the point because she dinked long enough cross court
Yes.
to pull Christian over and then dink behind him. It was a good point. It was a really good point from all 4 players.
So here we go, not just game point, but match point for the Ranchers. And that will do it. They have won all 3 games we have played, and they will get all 3 standings points here. The Ranchers have been very good to put a bow on the first MLP event of the year. We will play the last mixed doubles match, and we'll have that, but there's nothing on the line other than wild tiebreakers
Right.
at the end of the year, which could happen. So Dave Fleming, Jesse Irvin will have that last match when we come back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Fed. Took it out on the Vulcan. What was he doing to his head there, too, with his finger?
Scratching it, confused. Dazed and confused.
Oh, no. Yeah, that never happened. That never happened. Oh, yeah, give me that whole thing all the way till it's picked up. I'm not fun with it. Nice job. Good catch. Yeah, I don't want to avert my eyes. I want to focus my eyes there. Jordan? Trust me, I appreciate all you've done. Welcome back, everybody. Sometimes pickleball's fun, and sometimes it is frustrating. Look out, Vulcan. Here comes a right heel of Federico Staxrud, and we've got a cleanup on aisle 1, sir.
New ball.
Sir, can you help us out?
That ball's done.
Thank you, sir. Let's get that out of there. Frustrating nightcap for Fed.
Yeah, you know, that's pickleball.
Yeah.
It happens.
He is certainly
It's how you come back. You got to
Is-
learn from them and come back stronger the next time.
Yeah, he caused his opponents in singles all year long to want to smash the
Yes.
ball that he's been hitting against them, and that will be his next focus. So this will be the last match before we get into PPA mode, and what a great start to the Major League Pickleball campaign. I am Dave Fleming with Jesse Irvin. We're part of the Seattle Pioneers that we had the week off. So
We had the week off, yeah.
So
Yeah.
no play with
You get to watch these teams play, scope out the competition.
Yes. And, you know, the way the standings points work, it really changes the dynamic because you just wanted to win before, whether it was
Right.
3-2, didn't matter. All right, Pablo to serve. This will matter in the overall standings if two teams were tied, so this does matter. Oh, my.
Wow, that was nifty.
Was there room there, Jesse?
I
look
didn't
like
see it, but he found it.
1-0.
He
Pablo.
curved the ball.
Man, that's pretty.
Side out. Point 1. One.
And you know Viv David will be positive all the way
Always.
through this, no matter what the
She
implications.
is always positive, always motivated to play her best pickleball.
Viv, we love when we talk about you and then you pay it off for us.
Exactly.
So Jesse, do that when I have one of your matches.
Okay, sounds good.
3-1.
Wow, what a grab from Tyson. Almost fell over.
Two paddles are better than one.
Tyson's like, just get my paddle out of there. He was
That was set up by a really good shot from Vivian David. It looked like she was going to pull it to Edda's right hip, and it pulled it to Edda's left hip, and it caught her.
Side out. Point 2. Two, 4.
There you go, there you go.
Side out. Point
That is pretty.
Tyson McGuffin has some of the best resets and gets out there. He never gives up on a ball, and the point's never over.
And the footwork, my goodness.
Timeout, point 3.
Pablo is another person that has very heavy shots.
Yes.
The ball, especially off of his backhand, that counter comes off very heavy.
Timeout,
Yeah, and
point
these
7.
two had Anna Lee and Ben in big trouble in Phoenix to start the year. Lost 14-12 in the third.
Yeah,
So
they've played a few together, so they already have that chemistry
Yes.
going into this. They know each other's game very well. I really liked that return from Etta. It was a good serve from Tyson, so she decided to loft it a little bit to give herself more time to get up to that kitchen line. That was a nice combo from Vivian. Not only did she speed it up straight ahead, but she was ready for the counter. So she knew exactly where to speed it up and where to be sitting on the next ball.
you want to get better, start learning that,
That
folks
is
at
a
home.
smart pickleball right there.
Wow. Unbelievable reset again from Tyson.
He's one of those players where he can make you feel like you need to do something better or more on the next ball. He wins a lot of points because of that.
So the Ranchers are going to take a timeout right here. Down 5. They've already clinched, but they are not just throwing this one
Right.
away, and I love that. And nor
Exactly.
should they.
No, because I think every game matters. At
If
the
you
end
end
of
up with the same amount of
Yes.
points, we're getting into tiebreakers, and you would rue the day that
Yes.
you guys said, we got dinner reservations in Atlanta. We're not playing tomorrow. We're fine.
Yes.
We'll go out. No, they want to win this. And there's something to be said for slamming a 4-0 on top of somebody,
Oh,
too.
absolutely. Absolutely. I think as a team, individually and then as a team, I think it adds an extra element of like, hey, we're really good as a team.
Yes.
Like we just went 4-0 against, another good team. Like it does add some more confidence.
So the teams will play 23 regular season matches. And again, like we said, some teams not playing at all. Some have 4 or 5 already in the books here. And you're going to look up in 3 or 4 events and go, man, it's going to be a struggle just to get to 6th, and 1st is out of reach. So everything matters here. 9-4 is the lead with McGuffin serving. Wow. And there's that heavy
Nice.
power from
Yeah.
Pablo.
Let's go, squeeze.
5-9.
Viv tries to sneak one down the line, can't do it.
Yeah, I think she caught it a little late. I think she was planning on misdirecting it, but then she
6-9.
caught it even later, which is why it went wider than she wanted it to. I like the play because Tyson had run around to hit a forehand, so it was there.
And she has one of the prettiest
Yes, one-hand
one-handed.
backhands.
Yes.
10-6.
Rope from Etta.
7.
And Fed never dreamed to be wearing sandals at this point as
No. Those were good volleys in reaction because Pablo and Etta were looking to drive and poach and crash. And
don't call me off that. I want my stats. I want my stats. All right, chance to switch ends up 6 if they win this rally. That's big.
12-7.
Tyson, I've noticed a couple times now, he does a very good job of driving down Pablo's backhand line to keep his forehand out of the middle. Because I think, especially in mix, you know, a lot of the strategy is to get the ball to the girl, especially as a guy player. So anytime you can go behind him effectively and get it to his backhand and keep him out of the middle, Tyson's won a few points by doing that, and it's really effective.
So they got a little GNR being played in the background, and I am loving that. So here, Jesse, let's have you set the record straight once and for all. There's people new to pickleball. They watch pro mixed doubles. They say those guys are taking, they're taking all the balls. Jesse's an awesome player. Why can't she let her play? Where do you stand on that?
So for me personally, I like to view it as like a chess match.
Okay.
So ultimately, when I step on the court, the girls are generally on the right side because most of the guys, you know, are right-handed players, so they play the left, forehand in the middle. So girl is on the right, guys on the left. So I'm generally going to be cross-court from the girl, dinking cross-court, hitting the ball, trying to avoid the guy's forehand in the middle. I think what ends up happening, there's a certain point where you have to assess which girl is going to be winning that cross-court rally. Whoever is going to be ahead of that, that person, that partner has to help out the girl.
Sure.
And they start moving over, and then it becomes 2 against 1. So then my partner has to also move over, which is why the guys start creeping over and helping. It's a chess because you don't want to be playing 2 against 1.
Right.
Right? So that's why the guys come over and they start putting a lot of pressure because at the end of the day, a lot of these guys are 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". I want them to come over and put pressure on my girl opponent, you know? So, oh, that was some nice earning from Etta. Now, what I will also say at the pro level, there needs to be an understanding of we have this conversation beforehand.
Yes.
Right? I'm not going in and surprised that my partner is coming over. We have had this talk. In fact, when I play with Ben, I will challenge him to hit like 4 birds. I'm like, Ben, I need at least 3 from you in this match. If you're not giving me 3 birds, are you even trying? So, you know, I think, but I think communication is the most important part, not just for mixed doubles, but for doubles in general. There's, you know, you have a partner with you. So I think at the professional mixed doubles level, there is communication of the guys coming over. The girl is not surprised or shocked by it. They know what the game plan is.
And a big part of that is this type of, you described several different formations. What are we doing with this ball? Is that yours? Is that mine?
Right.
When you speed up, where are you going? Those things you got to work out. And I think I've said this throughout the weekend, these MLP teams will look more cohesive, certainly in October than they do today.
Exactly. But, I mean, at the end of the day, especially at the professional level in mixed doubles, you know, as much as I would like to think I'm a scary person at the kitchen line, my male partner is probably more scary. And when a high ball goes up, I want him to take it.
Yeah. Oh, no, you did not.
That was so good. That is
Etta.
a nice backhand overhead.
Come on, Etta. That's sick.
12-14.
And that moves them within 2. boy, HTP.
Yeah.
And a little soccer again.
Now, I will also add, I've played with male partners where if they have full confidence that I can outdink the girl and the guy opponent's not coming over to help, they'll let me do it all day.
Do your thing, lady.
They'll like, go for it. Hey, I'm going to let you play because they're not adding any extra pressure. And I've played matches where I'm literally just cross-court dinking with the girl and I'm winning those points and the guy opponent never moves. And I'm like, well, he's like, we're good, you know? But as soon as the guy opponent starts creeping over, then I expect my guy to also come over and start helping me out.
And the final stamp on this conversation is at the end of
I
it,
could talk about this forever.
you want to do what gets you a
The
W.
win, exactly. It's not about me. It's about the team. And whatever helps the team, that is what I'm here for.
And this is a nice rally here from the Ranchers as they've tied us up at 15.
And we've got a timeout.
And the Squeeze are now using their timeout. So timeouts used on both sides. And we may have another fun little question coming in from hold, please.
Yeah.
Here we go. We got the fresh squeezed juice. Now let's go for some pulp. There's our man, Matty Pickles, cheering on the Ranchers out there. And yeah. Oh, please give a hug to Fed. Yes, Jimmy Miller. Tyson needs to do it. That's his partner there. Yeah, it's been a tough match for Fed. A video board has been punched. A ball has been destroyed,
Yes.
and it's full flip-flop mode over there.
Well,
And the Squeeze need this just for, like we were talking about, just we can't leave here losing our last 4
Right,
matches,
exactly.
man. What a disaster that would be.
and who better than Vivian David and Tyson McGuffin to do that? Because every time they step on the court, they are giving 100%. They don't care what the score is. They're going to try their hardest. So they're the team to do it.
So they have led throughout, and now they are facing a 1-point deficit, are the Squeeze.
I like that shot from Vivian. She's done it a couple times where it's like a misdirect, and she looks like she's going to pull it middle, and she waits, and then she pulls it into the body of the person in front of her.
16.
But that is a nice
Oh,
control.
placement over power. I
That was
love it.
really nice.
17-16.
Yeah, that's a nice drive poach combo.
5-hole on Viv David, and the Ranchers are stretching out a lead now, as they've done in all of these matches.
I will say that's one of the dangerous things about the Pablo Etta team. They both have good drives, and they both will crash. So then the question is, who do you return to?
Oh, man.
Good lead from Tyson.
Side out. Point. 17. 17-18.
Wow. Oh, no way.
That is so good.
No way.
So good. It was such a short, compact volley. Not a lot on it, but it was so effective.
Paddle in the perfect position so she's not late. That is beautiful from Etta.
Really good placement from Tyson to getting it down at her feet.
18-19.
Wow, Etta gets tagged.
As I said earlier, if you're going to go for that cross court speed up, you can't go too far to the outside of the body. You really have to go inside body jam them. And that was a good spot.
And now
And
the squeeze
won
on the
him 2
lead.
points.
Yeah, because when you get nailed, it's a little bit in your head when you
A
go
little
back
bit,
to
a
return.
little bit.
Just a little.
20-19.
Especially with pickleball, where there isn't a lot of time in between
Right.
points to like reset yourself and gather yourself. So you have to be really good at mentally just letting things go and moving on to the next point. Otherwise, they can carry, and you can lose points very quickly in pickleball.
For sure. That's why the game of runs is real.
Yes.
And the squeeze trying to at least take one of these matches.
Timeout. 20-21.
Great first block there from Etta.
Yes.
21-21.
Wow.
That was a nice point. I saw some shots I hadn't seen before.
What in the world was that two-handed backhand drive from Etta Wright that was money?
That was really good. I know she has it. She just
Yeah.
doesn't hit it very
No.
often. She'll usually run around and hit a forehand.
And then the violent one-handed backhand out of the air. 22 all. One at a time
Yes.
is all we've been doing. All right, the teeter-totter goes back in favor of the Ranchers. Huge opportunity here.
23-22.
Oh,
That was
no
a
way.
good drive poach move.
Whoa.
That was a good combo.
On the
Really
fly.
good.
Etta Wright highlight reel package
Nice.
has taken them to match point.
Off the push off.
So one game point here for the Ranchers is taken away. Here comes the second one.
That was a nice block reset from Vivian. Again, very simple, did not swing, did not do a lot, just used the pace and got it down.
And all that was on the line was continuing this match.
Yes. A game point.
24 all.
That was a really good point. Etta and Pablo, they dance, as I like to call it, really well. They're
Moving
very
it.
good at sliding and kind of shifting with each other and being aware of where their partner is on the court. And they didn't win the point, but it was a very good dance that they were doing.
Okay, squeeze. Game point.
Oh.
Denied. It'll
25
take
all.
at least 27.
What is the highest?
Oh, that's a good
Score
question
that
for the
we've had
weekend.
for the
I don't know
weekend.
if I've seen a 30.
Okay.
Attacking both sides of the body.
Yeah.
We believe it's 29, Jesse.
Okay. All right.
So here's a chance for 27 to be the final blow. Third game point for the Ranchers. Oh, no.
Oh, in the net. All right, 26 all.
It's just not fair. You have one shot just loaded up, and then it comes off the tape, and you look like it's your first day on,
Yes.
on the court. Fourth try coming up for the Ranchers. I love this interaction from Pablo and Etta before the serve. What are we going to do?
If I were them, I would be like, whoever gets the return, we're driving
Yeah.
and crashing.
Go
it's
get
been
it.
working. That's what we're going to go with. Oh, no drive. That works.
But that
though.
will
that
do
does
it.
work.
The Ranchers with a clean sweep of the Orlando Squeeze. They take the last match of the day, 28-26. This was not what the Squeeze had in mind coming out here to get swept.
No.
And their last chance here on center. But the good news, we got plenty of Major League Pickleball season left. So a couple of the Ranchers will join us, and then we'll put a cap on the first weekend of the Major League Pickleball season. We'll be right back.